Let's talk a little bit about the benefits of society that Internet of Things can have. And that's why we do these things, right? Presumably is to benefit society, to help people. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So generally, these IoT devices, the use of Internet of Things technology makes life easier. That's the goal. In lots of different ways, depending on the device, but it's supposed to make life easier. So for instance, some lectures ago, we talked about an internet refrigerator, right? An internet refrigerator that was intelligent, could order your food for you. It takes care of things you don't necessarily want to take care of, right? It takes care of these details that you would have had to spend time on, but now you don't, right? It says, okay, you need this food, I will order this food, and I don't have to worry necessarily about doing that ordering, right? Because I'm busy, I have more important things to do. So it's supposed to make things easy for you. On my accounts balance. So let's say I have my phone device. I'm using it to do my banking, right? And it balances my accounts. It says, oh, you owe this much. I will simply transfer the money, right? So those are details where maybe I don't want to deal with those details, right? I want to do something fun with my life, but I have to balance my accounts and pay my bills, but my device can deal with that for me rather than me having to think about it consciously all the time, right? So that's generally the goal of IoT, is to just enhance these devices to make them better. And a key aspect of that is to make them better without adding complexity. So you don't want to have to, sure, say I would like to have a refrigerator that can order my food for me, right? But I don't want to have to write code to get it to do that. I want it to be easy, like almost as easy as a regular refrigerator, but still do these nice things for me. So you enhance the features of some devices to make them do things that are very helpful to you, but you don't want to enhance the features in such a way that it increases complexity. So the complexity is dealt with by the computational infrastructure inside the device. IoT can also help you be independent of people, right? So you don't need to have as many people as you used to have to do certain things. So this is good and this is bad, right? So certain things that you would have had humans deal with, now your IoT device can deal with for you. So for instance, fewer doctor visits, right? If I have my health device, health monitor on my wrist, I don't have to necessarily go to the doctor to have the doctor tell me, oh, your blood sugar level is fine, right? Or, your heart rate is fine, everything's going well. My device can see that and report back to me and say, yes, everything is fine, and I don't need to see the doctor as much. Now, there's still always a need for a doctor, but maybe just when something calamitous happens, maybe on a regular basis, I don't need to see the doctor as much. So going to the supermarket. I don't have to go to the supermarket if my fridge is buying my food for me, right? And ordering it on Amazon Fresh or something like that. I don't have to deal with that nearly as much. So I don't have to actually interact with people as much as I had to. Now, interactions can be good, but also depending on people for things can be burdensome. So, maybe if you have a bunch of Internet of Things IoT devices that are helping you, you can depend a little bit less on people and take care of things independently. And actually, this is very helpful for people who are infirm, or maybe you're older, you're infirm, and you don't want to have to depend on people. You want to be able to live independently. IoT devices can help you a lot. So, for instance, cars that are coming online that drive themselves, right? Ultimate IoT device drives you to where you want to go. That can be really helpful if you're old enough where you can't, maybe you lose your license because your vision is bad or something like this, your reaction time is slow. If you have a car that can drive itself, drive to wherever you want to go, that's a pretty big advantage, right? So not having to depend on a person, to hire a person to do that, you can just have your IoT device do that for you, can be very helpful to you. Also, IoT devices, they got internet right there in the term, they connect you to the network. So you can actually connect to people. So in some ways, it can enhance your interaction with people in a different form. So maybe not in-person interaction, but you can talk to people on the network, right? Through any device that you feel like using, right? So you can have all sorts of sort of personal interactions, but also professional interactions. So you can do, we get this a lot at work now, rather than going all the way to a conference and spending money to fly out there, stay at a hotel, we can have meetings online. and I don't have to move anywhere. I can just use the camera in front of me. I can use my phone and just do a conference right there, right? So it's a lot cheaper, and it's not the same as in-person interaction, but it can save you a lot of money in the long term. Thank you.